Hello everyone, I'm Pedro Diniz, and today I'll talk about phrase overlapping duets and its implication for the amplitude and transmission of the signals. Duets occur when two animals, which are often breeding partners, coordinate at vocalization temporally. Previous studies have shown that duets are mainly used in long-distance communication to announce or defend the possession of common territories. So we can expect that partners may benefit from coordinating their songs in a way that favors their transmission to farther distance, reaching more intended receivers like neighbors and floaters. However, duets are a little tricky. Unlike solo songs, the transmission of duets may depend on several features, such as amplitude, frequency, and the coordination of sex-specific elements. Let's give an example. Signal amplitude may differ between sex, and so the softer song may attenuate faster than the louder song. So one of the sex's songs may go farther. Also, differences in song pitch between sex may result in sex-specific signal degradation. For example, in dense environments, lower pitched song may be favored and transmit at longer distance and suffer less degradation, actually. One of the interesting aspects of duets is that the transmission of the signals may depend on the degree of overlap between male and female phrase. The signal enhancement hypothesis suggests that the degree of song overlap increases the active space and the potency of the acoustic signal. And so partners may optimize the transmission of duet signals by producing songs with similar acoustic structure and coordinating them in a higher degree of overlap. So here we investigate if signal amplitude varies between female and male elements in duets. And we also evaluate if song overlap between partners increase the amplitude of duet signals. We are here assuming that louder duets propagate farther than softer duets. We address these questions in the Rufous Hornero, a socially monogamous, a year-round territorial ovenbird. And in this species, both sexes produce solos and coordinate songs into loud polyphonal duets. Here you can see that syllables from different individuals are partially overlapped in frequency and time. You can also see that males produce more syllables per unit of time than females, and that females sing at higher pitch than males. I will play for you a typical Rufous Hornero duet. So we use a dataset of duets recorded between 2013 and 2015 in a urban population of Rufous Horneros. We were able to process 55 duets of 14 pairs for this presentation. And one important aspect of the methods is that because signal amplitude may vary with distance from the bird and the microphone, we only use the duets where birds were close to each other. And in these recordings, we select the start and the end of each syllable produced by each sex. And for example, here the female syllables. Then we use these selections to measure three types of selections: the non-overlapped female syllable parts, the non-overlapped male syllable parts, and the overlapped syllables when male and female are singing together. We extract three measurements of amplitude of each of these selection types and each duet. And then we are able to compare the relative amplitude of non-overlapped syllables and overlapped syllables in the same duet. So what did we find? And we first asked if signal amplitude will differ between female and male elements in duets. And we found that females produce non-overlapped syllables at higher minimum, higher mean, and higher maximum amplitude than their male partners. So these results suggest that females sing louder than males, at least when they are duetting. So female syllables may go further than male syllables, and this is perhaps the first evidence of females producing louder vocalizations, louder acoustic signals than males. But why would females sing louder? Maybe female song is more important to territory defense, or the cost of territory loss is higher for females, or maybe females are singing louder in order to jam the male song and avoid the attraction of a replacement by extra pair females. We also asked if song overlap between partners in duets increase signal amplitude. And in general, overlapped syllable parts had higher amplitude than non-overlapped syllable parts. But the difference between overlapped syllable parts and overlapped female syllable parts was only observed for mean amplitude. These results suggest that overlapped syllables are louder than no-overlapped syllables and reinforce their crucial role of female song in the amplitude of Rufous Hornero duets. These results partially support the signal enhancement hypothesis, suggesting that overlapped syllables might go farther. So partners may benefit from overlapping their syllables and to reach a broader audience. So to summarize, we conclude that females produce high amplitude syllables than males in Rufous Hornero duets, and that overlapped syllables had higher amplitude than non-overlapped syllables, especially compared with non-overlapped male syllables. In the next steps, we plan to measure the absolute amplitude of solos and duets in the field. We also plan to conduct signal propagation experiments to evaluate the transmission of duets and solos and duets with varying degrees of signal overlapping. And I thank to my co-authors, the students, the funding agents for the support, and thank you for watching this presentation.